Well, hello and welcome to Health to Home. My name is Mary Bourne. I'm a traditional naturopath and I love sharing natural remedies with people. And today we're going to do something really exciting. We're going to make something called an Oxymel. Now, you've probably heard of herbal tinctures, and herbal tinctures are made with herbs and alcohol, and you usually have to let them sit for about 6 months before you can use them. But an Oxymel is made with apple cider vinegar with the mother and honey. That's the base. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but I get frustrated because my honey often will crystallize, which means I can't use that at all. So what I'm going to try to do is mix vinegar with the honey, and an Oxymel can be made in variations according to what you like as far as taste. So you can have a 1 part vinegar and 4 parts honey, or 4 parts honey or 4 parts vinegar and 1 part honey. It really depends on what you like as far as the flavoring and what you're going to be using it for. Now, you've probably made an Oxymel if you've made your own vinaigrette salad dressing. So basically, you use vinegar and some kind of sweetener, sometimes honey, sometimes maple syrup, whatever, and you mix the two together, and olive oil. But we're not going to use the oil part of that. We're simply going to use the sweetener, which is honey, and the vinegar, which is apple cider vinegar. And we want to make sure that we use a good apple cider vinegar. You also will need a jar to put them in, and whatever herbs you choose to use. So today I'm going to make a nervine tonic Oxymel. So as the base, I'm going to use Melissa Officinalis or Lemon Balm. So let me get to my paperwork here and tell you Lemon Balm is an aromatic with a mild astringent action and lemony scent. Lemon Balm is useful for many acute ailments such as colds, digestive upset, and flu. It is used in combination with bugleweed to help with suppression of an overactive thyroid. Well, we're not going to use it for that, so we're not including bugleweed in our concoction. It also is useful for herpes, cold sores, chickenpox, and shingles. Now, these basically are enhanced or worsened by stress. And so this basically is an anti-stress tonic that we're going to make. It helps with depression, sadness. It also will help with sleep with some people, enhance memory and concentration. So Lemon Balm is the base, and it's a wonderful herb. Now, the thing with Oxymels, you can use fresh herbs. When you use extracts, you have to make sure that the herb is fully dry. So I am, excuse me, putting my fresh herb into the jar. Now, basically, you don't have to worry about stems with Lemon Balm because Lemon Balm, the stems are okay. And we're gonna strain this out anyway, so no worries there. Now the second thing we're adding is chamomile. And I love chamomile, I love the smell of it. So now we have a lemony, it's kind of a pineapple chamomile. This is a delicious smelling concoction. Let's read about chamomile. Now, chamomile is the world's most popular tea. It is known for relaxing, or relaxation and calming. It has a beneficial digestive effect. So we have 2 herbs now that support good digestion. It helps with colic. It helps with morning sickness, nausea, vomiting, and stress-induced ulcers. So it can be used when there are hyperactivity, insomnia, menstrual and cramps. It is a wonderful herb. It also comes with in essential oils, but we are using the whole herb in ours. The last thing that we're putting in is St. John's wort. Now, I'm not using a lot of St. John's wort because it's quite a potent herb. Let's read. In 1996, the prestigious British Medical Journal published results of a systematic review of 23 randomized controlled trials using St. John's wort in over 1,700 outpatients with moderate to severe depressive disorder. The review confirmed that St. John's wort is equally effective as standard antidepressant drugs. Now, we don't see that very often. We will never see it from the AMA because they are supported by the pharmaceutical industry. And if you can just go out and gather a wild bloom from a plant that grows naturally, that would really affect their industry. Now the caution is, if you are on antidepressant medication, it's not a good idea just to go in and use St. John's wort. You need to talk to your medical doctor. You need to make sure that he's on board or she's on board with your desire to move away from medication toward a more natural way of handling your depression. And take it slow. So there are some very big cautions with using St. John's wort, and that's why I'm only using a very little bit of it. Now the thing with St. John's wort, it makes you more photosensitive. So in other words, when you're out in the sun, you could get sunburn more easily because of using St. John's wort. So take precautions. A lot of people will use it during the wintertime when they don't see the sun and they have something called seasonal affective disorder, where because they don't see sunshine, they will be sad. So we all need sunshine. I know I like sunshine. I don't like too much of it. All right, so we're going to take this tired old jar container of hardened honey. And because oxymels are not exact measurements, we're going to just put a little vinegar in here. And we're going to shake it up. See if we can dissolve some of that honey. I like 50-50. So I like 50% honey and 50% vinegar. So now it really doesn't matter if your honey is chunk-like, because you're going to leave this set for 2 weeks, which is a better cry than 6 months. And this should be kept in the refrigerator. Now we do want to cover the herbs, so we're going to add more vinegar to the honey. And if you've got, hardened honey and you want to try to do something with it, and you want, it's raw honey, so you don't want to cook it, this might be something you'd like to try. Shake, shake, shake. And we're getting there. Yes. We've covered it. So the herbs are now submerged, but I want to share this with some friends. So I'm going to make just a little bit extra so that I can share this with some friends. That's what happens with raw honey, is that it crystallizes. When you buy honey from the store, it will often be diluted with sugar water. Now you want to make sure that you label the honey that you've added vinegar to it, because if somebody else in the household decides that they want to warm up the honey, they may be surprised with the taste of the alcohol. So there we are. Now we're going to put this in. Now, because it has vinegar in it, you don't want to use a metal lid, because the vinegar will oxidize the metal lid. So you want to use a plastic lid. And every day, or every other day, give it a good shake. Make sure that all of those lovely herbs are being covered with your Oxymel. Now, we'll come back in 2 weeks and strain it off and give it a taste. So hopefully you've enjoyed this little health to home message. Again, this is Dr. Mary. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up and comment. Have you used Oxymels? Until next time, this is Dr. Mary.